playing with comps that they're very familiar with, so you would expect them to have a bit of counterplay in amongst the piece, but it does look like we're going straight in towards the B side. A bit of pinging action off the Sova information, but it's Majesty to start off with Physio.
Yeah, gonna try and hold back from this position. Yes, I can. We'll be able to drop the other Viper, and now Ace Roller gets another. So looking very, very good so far here. Heisey is tucked into the position. We'll be able to find Majesty. So it's looking pretty easy right now. All left onto Killua, and obviously Tirapong as well, but it's still a tough one to come through with the Poison Cloud going down. Spike down on the site. Do they have time to push back?
Yeah, well, a couple of seconds on the guiding light and some information into Yes I Can. The Sheriff can certainly finish off the frag here. Onward, Yes I Can, just waiting for the charge up on these toxins, but the duel is being fought. The duel is won. Now it's just onto Tirapong to see in a 1 versus 3 what can happen. A bit of decay. The guarding light goes out. It's almost just self-blind in that fun. And Yes I Can, agents specifically on the attacker's side, no less. So it is an okay downgrade in this round. And again, you mentioned the jet dash straight in toward the B side. We're already up in the thick of things right now. And Fancy United have just steamrolled on toward this B side. Killua at least good for one in the return, but needs more.
Has to do it all right now. The electricity will need to come through, but Heisey gets the trade. Opinia, however, has managed to spot through at least back towards the site. There is a level of control, and it's being brought straight back in. The Viper looking good here with the bite down as Yes I Can recovers the spike, looking to get that one planted. Also here, BMV, but we spoke about that earlier. Just the Spectre looking to slot back. There might be a Vandal available somewhere. He has recovered it, but it's Opinia again. The Viper looking fantastic here, moving in towards the site. BMV does reposition.
I don't know.
He's got at least back into the corner, then looking over towards main here. There's one Jit Boy taken, but off the spike, it will be Opinia.
Trailblazer in, extra information, and the dash is going to fade from Physio. Actually manages to utilize it in toward the site, but it's almost position known at the moment. The crunch on towards Tirapong takes him out of contention, and the Killua lurking in the back of the site yet again. It's going to have to be the stronghold. There's one, and traded. More trades coming on through, and it's just down to Majesty in this 1 versus 2 position is known, and he equalizes it onto the 1-1, but caught in reload. The shots come out, and
a bit of a counter, but as they are back onto that eco now, they've got to take the time and hope that they continue to hold this. It's once again going to be Physio on that jet, rolling straight in, but an excellent start from Majesty. That's going to be the null command to knock down as well. Can be resurrected, will be picked up. It's going to be onto Yes I Can now. That's a second in the round for him. Is he going to be able to keep pushing forward?
Well, there's the res on towards the KO. A little bit of damage was found as well in the engagement when the neural theft did come on through. Killua has spotted out Yes I Can, but only a single blade left in the chamber. Can get the refresh off them, and a second one as well. Going absolutely ham around the B side at the moment. There's the third, looking for the fourth. This side of play, more passive. A minute left on the clock, as that's just going to be hit. Physio to get the Blade Storm available. Heisey to start off though onto Jit Boys. Will split things up for FW.
Repositioning, Tirapong is there. Set the guiding light in hand if necessary. Opinia also with the pit, but there's Physio opening up. BMV finds another killer, or at least gets the trade, but I'm more and the spike plans. Guiding light, not even going to get the information either, so it is going to be onto Killua. Gets a second and a third, still looking good in this round, but so much has been lost, and it's back into Yes I Can in the 1v2. Tirapong to try and creep around. He's got his eyes focused, knows where he's going to be, and will be narrowly. Now the information going in as well. Hunter's Fury to be popped out, narrowly misses a second. They actually all line up as well. But look at this position. Still inside mid, clearing out as best as he can. BMV, Heisey though opens up, and Tirapong is going to get the response back. It's definitely going to be that Cypher. They've actually looked over him for now. I think there's going to be another one. There we go. BMV will find it. Tirapong though gets aggressive. Guiding light utilized. However, Heisey will be able to take him down very, very low. Forward thinking over towards CT, but as Jit Boys does get a second in the round here. Spike's going to go down, but Komodo, it's still action. It's all happening, and that is going to be the neural theft in the process as well. Jit Boys has everything to do here. Headhunter out, looks for the shot, but they go up close, and it's going to be BM.
To be that retake that I was mentioning from FW.
Yeah, look at this. Straight out onto the site now. The 0 point utilized as well. Won't get further info, however. Majesty, Killua, they do get 1 and 2, so at least there is some way back into the rest of this half right now for FW. Killua looking to join the fray again. Spike is going to be planted. Tirapong, who's had a little bit of a rough one, does actually have the frag picked up by Jit Boys there. Majesty for another as well. It's all going to be left onto Yes I Can on this Viper. Trailblazer out, but Majesty already has the focus straight from the door, and they will close finally another round here. But it will be like another answer of, are Fancy going to be able to just immediately strike back? We need this
right now. And for Fancy United, they're crumbling on towards this A site. They're absolutely just beaming it into it once again.
Yeah.
And they're just taking space.
Look at Fisio, already super confident to be straight into position. Acerola does pick up another and a second as well. This is what I mean, right? You know, finally we do see FW pick up something. Big 3K from Majesty in the previous, but straight away we do see Fancy with big things. But what was that from Opinion right there? On the line, looking for more. Does he see the bun? Not quite sure. BMV does secure. And
that would be beautiful. However, it's another quick hit to B for Fancy United.
yeah, they haven't really slowed down at all. Majesty, though, will find two, and Opinia is there as well. Nice and easy. This is exactly what you were hoping for in that final round. You know, 4 may be a chance back in. Majesty gets the close. BMV, though, with 2. I'm not going to count him out just yet. Our drone is out through B main. Should be able to spot, but he does be able to pick up one at least.
Oh, the cage.
Camera. Yeah, some info. Cage down. Does allow him some further solace. He's actually going to be able to destroy the dart too. Trailblazer not out far enough, but now that Hunter's Fury into the corner, they're actually starting to second guess themselves here, Komodo. Maybe thinking that there could have been potential further moving. I guess, though, they've got the spike.
Yeah, exactly. FW spike is down, and we've got a 5 versus 5.
Can't believe how happy they were to give up that site. It's going to be Fisio to at least get the opening, though, as they entry back in. Tirapong not too far. The Cloudburst will give them some space for now. Killua, though, and Tirapong, here we go. A little bit more of an opening in, but BMV, Fisio there to trade. Information gathered. Great camera up and out. Yes, I can. Will they be able to respond as well? So, Killua, Majesty, eyes are on you. Are you going to be able to hold on? Is this lurk coming through from Killua going to be enough? It absolutely so far. Now the Trailblazer does go through. Closing Cloud at least to give them some further space. Aldrone does spot one, but they're actually looking to get straight out here. Killua did get stuck. Now concerned that there may be something a little bit closer. BMV picks up another. Once again, you know, FW looking a little bit cautious, a little bit shaken by what Fancy has been throwing at them, and it means that they're still stuck inside the cave. Fisio, yes, I can.
Already. Are we going to see some aggression from them to get some space back, however? B main is the call for that, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Killua's impact has been so huge, but here we go. Jitboy finally starting to activate. BMV, though, does get the dink through the wall. So that is going to at least force him back for now. Killua has started to creep around. Heisey jumps up, though, on the corner. Beautiful stuff there in top of mid. Excellent. Bit of movement as they do continue up. Utilizing the toxic screen, but now they're actually going to change their focus. Opinia does find that opening onto Yes, I Can. He has been traded, though. Heisey, great positioning. However, that site is already secured here, Komodo. Heisey and BMV have a lot of work to do on this recovery. Yeah, and you got a recon dart available for Heisey to spot out a little bit of information, but where do you choose to shoot that in towards right now? It's going to be the close line. It would almost have to be destructed by Jitboys if it pinged him, but it doesn't, so it's all a false sense of security. There's the counter reveal on the recon dart, and it's just too easy for Jip round after round. Yeah. It can bite you back, so we've got to be careful coming in toward the Cypher's trap of B, and there's a big reveal of that recon dart, actually. Majesty opens up onto Heisey, and they do know that BMV was here. Fisio's down as well, and this is just a steamroll in towards the B site. This round is done. That's a save. Yeah. It's really good because I was kind of just going to touch upon, you know, obviously that slow start from FW. It's almost
group up and then they'll take the hit together.
Well, that's where you can sort of see that Fisio is certainly feeling that pressure, right? You know, the encouragement to try and make a play, wanting to do big things for his team to really get that early control. Yes, I can, though. Bit of a spray, a fail spray from Tirapong. Heisey also picks up one in the process. So this is where Fancy can strike, find their way back, not allow that stability to go any further for FW.
Look at the guns.
Does only have the 3 blades available, but they have managed to recover, and now it is onto that 4-on-3. Jitboys looking to clear up. B has been given, and I think he's pretty happy with that information as well. There was a little bit of a look back from BMV, but only with the Sheriff. He's actually going to have to move forward as well into the corner.
He was waiting for the camera, see where it was positioned to ping it on through, to just find the space for his team, clear it out that there's no challenge and get that pit in. That's the real big power of this pit in this round. You know, the clearances aren't really going to be there for Fancy United. They'd already used the recon dart. They don't have that 0 point at the moment. They do have an Aldrone, so there is a way for Fancy United to get this retake happening.
BMV and Heisey to get in for the flank. That was BMV's positioning earlier. Now spotting out Jitboys, but he's looked over towards the corner, but it's not going to matter because Heisey does absolutely.
For Fancy United now, either.
30 seconds left.
But on the flip side for FW, there is one in through the tunnels. We start to go, and it's the opening that Majesty is looking for. But the challenges coming through are all being won by Fancy United. Wow.
Site can be secured. He needs to be careful of when he does check that camera because Jitboy's waiting all the way in the back, and now the cam's denied completely. This is going to be an almost impossible round for Fancy to get back into. However, yes, I can. May make me eat my words there. Heisey also finding Tirapong, who has had a bit of a struggle some time, but he is going to be able to respond. And as I say that, two very nice frags to be found. FW, they're certainly not done just yet. We'll help him out. Jitboy's on the line, though. Gets the dink onto the first. Somehow still alive. That was, surely going to be that double up to make it really, really challenging for Jitboys. And now Tirapong can get an easy frag. Majesty gets another. It's going to be eyes on Fisio. He obviously had the opener. A little bit of a shake there, but now's the Seekers come out, sort of forcing their way back. Jitboys drops Fisio. That's the site taking here, Komodo. 2 versus 2. Again, a cannot lose round here for FW, or it's going to be map point rather for Fancy.
Sort of an open plant as well on the back of the site right now as the tour de force is popped by Jitboys. Try and get out of this one. Careful for a flank as well. Though you do have the trademark there. If you get nullified right now by that null command, it might be all over for you from a 5 versus 3. Remember, and now it's a 2 versus 1 in favor of FW, doing everything that they needed to get back in toward this. There's that suppression. On towards Jitboys, playing at the back of the side as well. This plant is risky. Now you know where both the players are. Acerola charge.
That flank, Killua has taken control of the site. However, here's Fisio. That's the one I was talking about. Does manage to dash away as well. Jitboys gets at least a response. But now pushing through. Yes, I can. Already all the way around to the back of the side. Opinia responds. It's a very scrappy round here. 3 versus 3 outside of his pit, though. Yes, I can. Will he get the info? He absolutely will. Opinia is dropped. And now looking to get around the pyramids. BMV responds as well. Huge round here for Fancy. Jitboys has to rendezvous all the way out. Spike in a horrible position as well. This is sort of what I meant. They went a little bit too far in the position and sort of given up their hand to Fancy. I thought Fancy might have potentially overstepped, but now Jitboy's back up against the wall, has to clear out and try and find these 1v1s, but they're not going to let it happen. Already doubled up, over towards the double doors. He can't even get out of the cave at this point in time.
FW is they can't capitalize on these flashes from Tirapong with how far away he is, so just Fancy United getting close towards this entry choke, and this is going to be a big brawl. The guts for them to walk through this poison cloud. FW not even expecting it right now, or maybe Majesty for the 1, yes again for the trade, and that's a bit overzealous to try and escape with this one. They were 2 versus 2, and the Spike has to get out of 20 seconds. There's no time to get the rotation out. That was the needed frag on Officio.
Oh no!
And now it's all onto BMV. They know exactly where he is in this 1 versus 2.
That was so confusing. Fancy, they had absolutely everything. All they needed to do was sit still, but they decided to push forward. Now BMV in the 1v2 has to push up straight towards the middle of the side here. It's so rough for him to be found in this situation, but he gets 1. Will he get the 2nd? He absolutely will. Oh, geez, I'm super happy that BMV managed to clutch that out, but my word, Fancy certainly playing with fire as they dive into the cave. But that's a great... Looks like FW have completely fallen off, just given up the side, because they want to go for the full brawl on the way back in. Killua, though, does pick up another in the round, make it a 2nd. Yes, I can, and BMV, though, ready to respond. However, it's going to be Tirapong to close with his 2nd in the round. 1 at A, 1 at B, and a defusal of the Spike here. So a really nice opening there. I love that. Right as the Spike gets planted, that's going to be the Nebula fades over towards Elbow, and much sort of slower starts to the round, allowing Fancy to kind of throw their aggression at them and feel it out accordingly. But now it's a shift into short. The Sky Smoke will fade shortly. They are just going to sit inside it, ready to sort of make their way out of it. So Opinion's going to have a tough task here. Yeah, he's actually dropped back into the lamps, and Heisey, he's going to be able to pick him up, but that's going to be Tirapong finding a 2nd in the round. Spike dropped. Awkward. Will be recovered by Yes I Can, and he can at least find the plant, but that's a good result so far from Fancy.
Yeah, that's some money. That's, a 1 on your ultimate charge as well, and a kill to come through from Heisey. This now shifts into a bit of a problematic scenario. The Seize is available for Jitboys, though, to throw in and, get a bit of info, and the Horns actually just got to reveal over toward the lamp. Now you couple it with the fast lane as well, and it just makes it very difficult to try and deny, but Yes I Can going for the challenge. The Spike is half defused as well, but don't get into your form yet. Fancy United are around this containment field of A. They're still trying to establish the Spike plant. Flashpoint out. The C's coupled as well. Everything's being thrown. It's too difficult, but the frags are coming out left, right, and center. Fancy United getting a little bit of a grasp of it as the Nightfall does come through.
This is a really tough one, a 5 versus 5 Spike plant, but it's going to be BMV again, this time on the Sky to put in some big numbers.
Bold, but so far Fancy United are playing it very well.
Yeah, sure. With 3 members over towards this A position, the Aftershock goes out, the Gravity Well to at least fall them back as well, but Heisey, he's up so close, I don't even think Majesty is going to be ready for this one at all. Yes, I can to get the opener onto Killua. One back from Jit Boys on the fade, but now moving into Heaven has no support.
Divide to disappear, but this pit is still potent, still ticking down. Opinion's going to step into it potentially now. Acerolla's going to be able to dispatch that one, and a tap onto the spike. Now you have to contest with the Astra Star to get that away from you. Fisio takes out Tirapong, and the round is over towards Fancy United. The deterrent factor of these abilities, specifically those ultimates,
with an operator.
It's so RDWS right now when he plays Chamber. That's the feeling that we're getting. Majesty, though, however, here with one and a Rolling Thunder, specifically over towards Fisio. That's the denial target at the moment. In these rotations, 20 seconds, you've got the defenders here, but they're peeling away again. The false sense of information right now. FW, if they stay here, they have everything in this round. They can deny the spike with the Rolling Thunder, but if they find the frag on the Majesty, he gets it off,
he
but
tried to go for it.
8 seconds. There's still enough time to get the plant. Oh,
the orbital strike though at the exact same time. Does he have enough time? No, he doesn't. Excellent utility usage there from FW.
That round on the back of the ultimates and a little bit of working timing with the guns, but the pistol round as well, right? They can't rely on the ultimates at all anymore. Pina is going to start onto Fisio, which means it is a great start for them, given by the fact they don't have any of these ults to play off. They need the space. They need these frags. There's another one going their way. Things are coming up hunky-dory for them now.
And the Molotov goes out as well, so that will at least give them some extra space. It keeps them off the spike plant for now. Acerolla does get one, but that's Tirapong back into it. I don't know if they were ready for Yes I Can. However, though, the Guiding Light does come back out, but it's shaky, either really good or really bad on Bind, and we're hoping for different things from Killua, but you know, that's where the next side, the attacking side, will be the opportunity for him to do so.
All I'm saying is nice hack
very close
on Neon goes good on this map. But anyway, Fisio in, Jit Boys there to hold it down the fort. No abilities, it's all down to just this crosshair placement, and it's good, isn't it? There's another one coming his way in the round. Fisio for the trade, more trades from Fancy United, and now no one's home for the side of FW. So it's this player advantage and an open plant, but where are they going to look to defend it from? It seemingly is the elbow area that they want to charge into. Aftershock and fault line, not going to do too much for now, but what the FW still have to play with? Lots of abilities in the challenge.
For Jit Boys, it's still looking rough.
Yeah, it's one of those statements again, you know, if you're only winning rounds where you've got ultimates, you're not really playing Valorant good, you know? But anyways, clearances aside, that is the thing that has just happened. Clearances in towards the A site. Tirapong at least good for one in return to equalize us into the 3 versus 3. But the spike is already starting to go down. Jit Boys is lining up this Nightfall, or you would assume so, for going in on the retake.
How long will they settle for? Nightfall has been engaged. He's going to give that information right now. They are seized and stuck inside the U-Haul. It's going to be big amounts of pressure onto Fisio to try and pick up for the rest of his team. Sky Smokes will still be down for a little while longer. All 3 members onto this site now. Still that focus towards the showers. Now the member that we talk about in Acerolla, who did wrap around. Eyes set on the prize. He found a 1v3 from this position before, but it's not enough.
W have put here as well. The sheer power over at this B-long position, and now they're getting the Nova Pulse in to try and get Tirapong off this line. He has to rendezvous out, essentially.
Yeah, that's so rough. The amount of utility that was thrown at him in the corner there just made it so awkward. Now the Guiding Light. Yes, I Can does get the trade. Look at this. You don't need a duelist to get moving if you've got abilities. And now Acerolla on the side drops Jit Boys. And whilst we do have Killua inside Hookah, Majesty, however, drops the spike now. Ultimates back and forth. Lexing, shifting and bending. My word, Fisio gets another one back. But Majesty all left in this 1 versus 2. However, that spike is dropped. Spotted from the elbow and control. They've completely left absolutely everything. There's 4 members here. Now the Haunt goes up. It was destroyed, but Heisey straight inside the... oh my god, the Poison Cloud on towards the side. He jumps up onto the top of the box as well and tries to get one more. Acerolla gets it back. Majesty with 2. Still alive, and it gets the 3rd as well to lock it in. BMV needs to get it. Now into a 1 versus 2. Tirapong all on his lonesome.
There's a trade potential, quick on a swivel. A tap on toward the spike from Tirapong expected. Now he's off it. It's the Nova Pulse actually, and a swing towards elbow that doesn't happen. A secondary star, and now the gravity well. Absolutely love to see it. A Guiding Light lined up. This round is almost being 100%ed here in this 1 versus 2 from FC.
Now they're also happy, potentially looking to try and get a little bit of extra control down long as well. They are doubled up there in Heisey and BMV. Now they are keen to look for it. There's the information gathered, and now the full focus is set. That is an excellent start from Yes I Can. Nicely done. Acerolla, though, has to fall away as the fast lane goes down. Jumping through now. Can't quite find it. Majesty gets it, but Fisio is at least able to afford himself somewhat of a trade, and it's back to a 3-on-3 on this retake. And look at the rotation already coming in from Heisey.
Yeah, that's the problem though, because he's so just disconnected from the rest of his team, and he's wrapping all the way through the cave as well. He's just like out of the action for so long. The paranoia could be really potent in this position as well, given by the fact that all of FW are over at the U-Haul location. So how do you try and get this retake in from Fancy United? Don't have a guiding light either to throw in at the moment. They're just going to throw caution to the wind and try and challenge in towards the U-Haul. There's the paranoia, but out of headhunter bullets means the Classic is not going to get the job done. Heisey on the 1 versus 2, a tap on towards the defuse, and the smoke is not for himself.
Garden, the fight in long ends in a 1-to-1.
So now is this a situation where you think, all right, your Omen is down for the count. You've got no smokes if you're a normal structured team. I don't think Fancy United are a normal composition team with this one right now. So they've still got coverage ability on the back of the Viper, of the Astra. Now that you've lost your Sky, you've got no flashes to be able to deter in. And remember, this is the first gun round to come through from Fancy United on this defensive side right now. And that is a great challenge for FW to actually win. It opens up the B site. There's 3 versus 2. This could be the bonus going their way. Also, to add to the fact that FW have won both pistols and they're still trailing here, just shows how destructive Fancy United's attacker side was.
So how are they going to go here? It looks like they're not keen at all. Just waiting to see if there was any lurk or further aggression. Acerola is going to head straight through the teleporter, so it looks like they're keen at, you know, potentially spiffing this one out. Want to take as many weapons away as possible, but of course it is just a bonus, and there's Kilo up. Going to be able to drop down. Yes, I can. And now the last
interesting round. And again, if this goes FW's way, there's no money in the next round for Fancy United. Here we go.
Same sort of take that they have tried in the past, and it's going to be Majesty to get the opening. Acerola very much trapped up in the awkward position. Killua to get another, and Fancy have just been playing maybe a little bit too far forward, and it's getting really, really dicey here in this position. Sure, the Seekers come out, but there still is some utility down to sort of drop this flank out, but I think they're just going to give it up straight away. Yeah, Heisey.
United, they have not had a single counter to deny this just yet. They're in the site. They've got the plant. There is no one from Fancy United showing face at the moment. And they can, because it's just these pistols to throw caution to the wind and go in with. But for FW, it's just looking super clean at the moment.
Yes, absolutely. Majesty is on the line. It is going to be the Snake Bite to head over the top, and the Toxic Screen to lock out short. So maybe a world where they do get back in this, but we do have Killua inside that U-Haul position. He has been punished by BMV, and now that's a Vandal. Now there's a chance back in here, Komodo, as Fisio does get another. Jit Boys and Apina, they're left in the extremities, inside showers, inside short. They're onto the spike diffusal, but Jit Boys now does try to get into it. The horn goes up. They line up near Komodo, but ooh, we can breathe. It's tight. It's close. It is just... We'll have Tirapong join him. Killua, relay bolt out as per usual, but now is that extra flashback in from the guiding light from the paranoia. Here we go, BMV, your moment is now, and you will shine bright with a 3K. Quickly though traded, Apina, Tirapong get it back. However, Heisey at least able to lock it down. Tirapong though, through the Cosmic Divide, does get one. Spike in hand, 1 versus 3. 2 more left, Komodo. Is he going to be able to find it here?
That was a jack-in-the-box from him, isn't it? Just peeking on through the Cosmic Divide to take the pre-fire. The shots are missing, though, from Fisio right now. And the shoulder peek attempt as well. Is Tirapong going to be bringing out the unthinkable after what we've just seen from BMV? This is all a bait, though, from Fisio to allow his teammate to drop on toward the site. And now the shots are here as well, dancing around this site right now. Oh, my! From Tirapong, but it's only 3 as Acerola gets the final. And with that defuse comes double digits for...
Still have the Tour de Force active now with the flashpoint going out. Yes, I can. Good turn, good response. Gets one as Apina responds, but in the position obviously still low as he heads out from Hookah. Apina up on the top of the site. Is he going to peek again? Fisio just waiting to see if there will be any further aggression, but now Acerola, you know, he's moving in this rotation with a judge. The Viper's pit was dropped down short earlier, so he's not got much to work with.
Yes, I Can has 2 Astral Stars as well. I thought that maybe use one on towards the denial of the spike, but with teammates not there, it's going to be utilized into the retake as the Nightfall comes through as well. Fisio is going to be getting back on toward this line with the operator. However, Fancy United, they're locked out by the Sky Smokes right now, and a kind of an upgrade. Better weapon to use in the site denial at the moment from Tirapong. It's time ticking away. Fancy United have to get in toward this one. Apina, Tirapong lock it down. It's a full house between the continue in toward the site. There was no one there at the current time as well. So with 20 seconds to go, they have to commit in towards it. And how does Acerola find that frag? It's a little bit of a jump out from Jit Boys, however, for the turning into the post plant. Pre-fire just doesn't work out for Yes I Can. Remember though, 3 versus 3. The Seas is going to miss its mark. Apina peeks on through. He takes that challenge with Virtue, wins it. And now for Fisio, everything needs to come through in this 1 versus 3. A single bullet in the Headhunter gets the Phantom in possession now. But does he have an idea of how to tackle out this 1 versus 2? Footsteps being heard. Jitboy's playing distance, and Apinya is there for the close perb. But, you know, the defensive side has fallen a little bit flat. Now, what's the Reliance going to look like in this round? A bit of elevation for Acerola.
He's so close
if
again.
Majesty uses the Rolling Thunder, though, that's going to just be the complete denial. And there it is. It's in. It's going to hit him as well. Yes, I can. Manages to find 2. Acerola pulls out a molly at the wrong time. The Snake's Bite is going to be biting himself. Rotations for Fancy United now. 50 seconds. And they've got a player advantage. The retake is workable.
But they haven't even gone in. Will he find it? There's the info. Falls away. Drops the ping. And now they've just got to go for the retake as a unit. But Apinya, he's picked up another here, Komodo. There's a world where they keep this control as they are tucked into U-Haul together now in the 2-on-3.
4 versus 2. You cannot be giving individuals fights right now. Apinya and Jitboys, they have been sensational. Can they hold it down? A seize to buy a little bit of time. You heard 2 weapons shooting at you as well, so you know that there's 2 coming in from the flank. And yes, I can from the heavens. It's able to find his 3rd in the round. Now it's on to Apinya. Position revealed. A guiding light to get him off, and this is just going to be Heisey sticking the defense right now. Or maybe not Apinya for the ace. The timing. He's off the defense.
Oh my God, he's done it!
Endeavor into the pistol round.
Absolutely. It's all going to be told off the back of this opening half for Fancy, and we're already seeing the aggression, right? There is going to be FW finding the opening. Majesty gets one, Killua with another, but BMV, Acerola, okay, here we go. Straight on through. And now they're basically trapped up against the wall. We are already going to see Fisio take down mid-control. He can actually move into spawn, but might get spotted out by that turret. Jitboys, 1 versus 3. Trapped behind the Nebula. We'll have a little bit of extra time to sort of wait in. It looks like Fisio's actually chosen to go away and recollect with the team, which I like a lot. Acerola tucked into the corner as well. They don't need to peek this, Komodo. They played this to absolute perfection here, really. Fancy. Absolutely loving what we're seeing right now. Now Jitboy spotted out. The fault line does go through again. And look at them charging on in. There's one, but BMV.
A walk down mid. That one Vandal from Fisio is completely taking the charge. Great guiding light out, though. As FW are going to find the first pick in the round, maybe even the second one if they continue these challenges.
Yeah, nicely done from Killua there, and also being able to continue to live on. Tirapong does have the regrowth as well to get Jitboys back to health. And now Heisey, still pretty keen to try and find something. Does have that spot in towards mid, but with a Spectre, it's certainly going to be challenging. It's very much going to be on Fisio. Look at how close he is up. Aggression. Does get one, but quickly traded. Tirapong, Killua getting the job.
Together, it's going to be looked after by Tirapong, but peeling away, it's actually just going to be Apinya taken down in a Rolling Thunder.
It's the ultimate.
This is where things get a little bit spicy. I don't think Killua actually got hit by that, so he's going to be the first line of defense playing over from long, but great use of the flashpoint as well. He's going to buy a little bit of time, blind them out. They overlook
towards the sewers. Tagged up on the line, fast line straight in. Paranoia to blind up though. The relay bolt actually might tag its way back into the corner. It absolutely does. Acerola tagged, and there's Jitboys going down as well. Once again, Fancy showing their hand a little bit too early on this defense, and I got to admit, they probably just have to moonwalk their way back out of this one already.
Yeah, it's always going to be difficult when you've got to come over towards C, because again, it's Killua, fast lane in, and relay bolt, a secondary one now. Acerola, I don't think he was spotted just there, but the guiding lights are through. Killua does get traded on out, but the rest of the squadron is here for FW, and they're actually getting denied. It's a wonder what happens when you've got a single choke point and you try to bully your way through. When you've got opponents on the other side, makes it very difficult. Now for Apinya in a 1 versus 4, I don't really feel like Honky will be getting an ace out of him this time.
No, that time was way, way better from Fancy. They were really in quick on that retake. You know, even after losing the one member in Heisey, they were super happy to kind of move out from that Nebula inside the spawn and get out as a unit. As you mentioned, I don't think Apinya will be able to recreate that previous. Have Fisio locking down the flank a well way away. Get stuck in the corner, made it very, very awkward, as you mentioned. Not sure why you didn't get the rendezvous out of there. Killua looking for more, but yes, I can this time. Does get the response, and that is an excellent flashpoint. My word. Straight out. Awesome response. Now Jitboys in a 1v2. Was a 1v3. Did manage to get the opener. Now Acerola has to start to fall back. I think they're happy to relinquish the spike control there. Definitely is in a retrievable position for Jitboys, but now they start to shoulder it together. Are they going to just pop their way out of the garage? It looks like they're pretty keen to fight in Garden. And now there is, they do already start to dive their way in towards this A-Long. How is this going here? Heisey already picked up. Killua gets it. BMV, good response, and another. But there still is one more on towards this side. Apinya, but now they actually know where they are. It's going to be a bit awkward as Majesty's in the last position. Not looking forward towards it. Does get the Rolling Thunder off the back of that, so I now think Majesty can actually lock down the rest of this round. He task at hand. Does have the paranoia, can utilize if necessary, and Killua has walked straight into that one. It's going to be the gravity well as well to throw him off, but maybe a little bit of an overstep there from Heisey, and Jitboys also getting another, jumping straight in towards the overshock there, aftershock rather. It makes it awkward, and if Acerola gets two back, but Apinya good for the trade. Only downside here is they are low, so BMV and Fisio can potentially find a way back into this one if they're quick towards it.
Well, if BMV finds one kill, that's going to be the Rolling Thunder as well. Position that nicely, could get you back into this round. Apinya, Jitboys, both low. Killua's the one with the HP, and now he's been taken out, so makes it a little bit more difficult. A star onto the spike, I do believe, it's a beta too, and there's that Rolling Thunder. It goes deep enough that it pings them on through. The spike is half defused. Fissio's just sticking it. He's got confidence.
Haven't they? Acerola up very, very close. Of course, Killua laying in wait. Jitboys is actually repositioned as well. Back into the spawn. Fisio in the window. Does manage to have Yes I Can with him, but it's now going to be the battle of the utility. The paranoia comes out. Yes I Can gets 1 and 2. On the flank, though, it's Jitboys. He's able to find it, and Apinya for 2 as well. All left onto BMV. It is a 1 versus 3. Will he rhyme or will he do time? Looks like he's going to have to fall away because there is no time. And the round is done. Fancy cannot put the pieces together of this round. Yes, I Can. Does find some information. Spotting out Acerola. Now Heisey already here as well. Opening frag. Found by BMV. Now they line up. BMV gets another and Heisey as well.
Turret.
But, no way. Turret. The turret's taken 2. It's almost found something back. Jitboys got to be happy with that one. Up in heaven. 1 in hell. Spotting out. That's a 3rd. Jitboys. On for the ace here. Will he be able to pick up any more? It's going to be on the back of the timing from Apinya. Does drop in, but there's Jitboys falling. Apinya, 1v.
These are round successes, but FW, no holds barred, straight out in towards long and immediately traded on through. This is just a chaos already in the beginning stages. There's 3 players alive at each side, and there's still a minute 20.
A response as well, at least. Again, the bonus, how important is it to bring through on in? And it's going to be Yes I Can, who is a fair bit away. Yeah, does have it in hand if he wants it. It is out, it is taken, but maybe it's just a little bit too late. Didn't actually tag up one. Jitboys, it's a team one, it's a team. Oh, Yes I Can. This one, Komodo, as you mentioned. Tirapong up close, guiding light destroyed, a little bit shaky, but he's being dragged in. Great gravity well. Does make it scary.
Can't even track it.
Exactly. Already out. Heisey's got another. Flashpoint out. He needs to hold on to this. Majesty gets 1, but BMV on the trade. Oh my word, it has just been such a back and forth, to and fro series. And in the final map in Haven, you know, as I sort of mentioned at the half, Komodo, like, Fancy, they get onto their favored attacker's side, and that's where they're doing all the damage. But we have seen 2v4s won in the past. BMV looking to hold away. Jitboys, he gets back out onto the fault line, but that's okay. They haven't peeked in. He's going to be blinded. Yes, I can light, but that is going to be the Rolling Thunder to go on through. And now it does catch Jitboys, but it doesn't hit Tirapong. Exactly right. Does get 1. Quickly traded, though. Heisey, good response, but there's more to do. There's absolutely more to do, but Apinya is there. He's done it all. Heisey cannot find... in position. Yeah, it's actually a long way away here, so now it's going to be the chaos of the ultimates. The Seekers come out, and now the Shrouded step to at least come through. Fisio gets 1, Heisey another, but I think that's going to be the close here, Komodo. They're all dropping like flies. Majesty have to try and make something big happen. It's all onto Apinya. 1 versus 4.